Hello, this is a recording of the lesson for Intermediate ELL on October 22nd, which was a Thursday. So today is the second day of our new cluster, Cluster 2, in Unit 4. And our essential question for Unit 4 is how much should people help each other? And in Cluster 2 of Unit 4, we are going to learn what families do for each other in special situations. So we started our class today with the bell ringer. The bell ringer assignment for today is about the word communicate. The directions are: one of our vocabulary words this week is communicate. Who are 3 people you communicate with every day? And how do you communicate with them? An example of how you might answer this question is, I communicate with my friend Ruth in California every day by sending text messages. So we answered this question in our ELL Google Doc. Okay, you made a copy of this doc on Tuesday, and it's called Unit 4, Cluster 2, Class Notes. Okay, so in this Google Doc, we scrolled down to Thursday's page, which was page 5, and we wrote our answers to the bell ringer here in this section called bell ringer. Next, I reminded the students that we had a take-home grammar quiz that was assigned on Friday, which was October 16th. And a few students still have not completed this quiz, and so I reminded them that it was an important quiz and it was worth a lot of points. So if any students have not done this quiz yet, they should do so immediately. The next thing we did was we learned 3 vocabulary words that we started learning the vocabulary on Tuesday, but we didn't finish. So today we finished the last 3 words. The first vocabulary word we talked about is hero. A hero is someone whom others admire, someone that people look up to and want to be like them. A hero is someone who acts with courage, with bravery, to help others. So sometimes people like firefighters and policemen are heroes because they must be very brave for their job. And sometimes regular people like you and me can be heroes when we do brave things to help people. So let's read these example sentences. The first one says, the firefighter who saved my dad's life is my hero. Okay, so firefighters are heroes because they must be brave to rush into a fire to save people. It takes a lot of bravery. And our next example sentence is, some people say an athlete or a famous person is their hero. But my sister, who took me in after my parents died, is my hero. So this is an example of how just a normal person can be a hero too. Oops. All right, our next vocabulary word is outlook. Okay, outlook means a person's point of view or their opinion on a subject. So an example sentence using outlook is, you have to keep a positive outlook about our unusual school situation during COVID-19. Okay, so this is emphasizing how it's important to have a positive point of view when you think about school and how different school is this year. Okay, because our school situation is very challenging. It's very difficult. And if you have a negative or pessimistic outlook, you'll be less likely to succeed. Those challenges might overcome you. But if you try to keep a positive or optimistic outlook, your positivity can help you get through the hard times and help you overcome those challenges. Okay, so that's why it's important to have a positive outlook during difficult situations like we're facing right now during COVID-19. Our next vocabulary word is presence. The word presence is the fact or just the feeling in your mind that someone is there. So you can see in the picture, the woman feels a ghostly presence, okay? By the fact that the man is glowing and white and transparent, like you can kind of see through him, you can tell that that's not a real person standing there. It's like maybe a ghost, but she can feel his presence, okay? She can feel that he's there. So presence is the idea of someone or something being there, okay? Whether they're physically there with their body or whether you just feel their spirit with you. So here's some example sentences. Okay, the first one says, I don't know where I would be today without my mother's presence in my life. Okay, so my mother's presence, the fact of my mother being in my life. The next example sentence says, walking through the old deserted house that everyone said was haunted, I felt a presence behind me and ran. Okay, so if it's an old deserted house, there shouldn't be anyone living there, right? So the presence that you would feel in an old deserted house would not be, in fact, a real person, a real physical person, but rather the ghost or the spirit of a person with you. Okay, so that's the word presence. Okay, the feeling or the fact that someone is there with you. Okay. This word is related to the word present with a T at the end. Okay, so sometimes during attendance, when your teacher calls out your name, okay, if you are there, you might say present. That means that you are there. The opposite of present is absent. Absent means you are not there. Okay, so the opposite of presence with a C is the word absence, also with a C. Okay, so after that, we went back to our Google Doc and we actually went backwards. We scrolled up to page 4, okay? Page 3 and 4 was the homework assignment from Wednesday, okay? And I reviewed what the homework assignment was, which was to read this paragraph and summarize the events in the paragraph in chronological order, and then complete the vocabulary practice, which was to examine an example sentence for each vocabulary word and decide if the sentence was correct and it made sense, or incorrect and it didn't make sense. If the sentence was correct, we highlighted it in green, and if the sentence was incorrect, we highlighted it in red. And then after that, we completed the sentence down below with our own idea. Okay, so you should have done this for the words advice, communicate, condition, disability, discipline, and hero. Okay, in class together, we did the words outlook and presence. Okay, so the example sentence for outlook says, if you are positive, you have a good outlook on life. The class decided that this sentence made sense, okay, because your outlook is your point of view, okay, and the class thinks that being positive is a good outlook. Positivity helps you succeed in life. So this sentence makes sense, so we highlighted it in green. Then I gave the class a few minutes to finish this sentence below with their own idea. So the beginning of the sentence says, if you want to change your outlook, you should do what? Okay, so if you don't like your outlook, if you are too negative, or perhaps you are not realistic sometimes, okay, what could you do to change your outlook? And I gave the students a few minutes to write their answer. Okay, I would suggest thinking about things like talking to other people and getting some advice from them about how they see the world from their outlook. And maybe if you understand how they see the world, then your own worldview or outlook might change. Okay, another thing you could do to change your outlook is to talk to a mental health expert like a counselor or a therapist. And that counselor or therapist can help you understand why your outlook is not good for you and can give you some advice on how to change your outlook. So those are some suggestions for things you might want to consider. The next word is presence. And the sentence here says, to feel someone's presence, you have to be in the same room as that person. And the class decided that this sentence was wrong and didn't make sense because they noted that a presence can be simply the feeling that someone is there. Okay, like this woman has the feeling that the man is behind her, even though this is not a real person, it's just a ghost. Okay, so in fact, the man is not there with her in reality, but she can feel his presence. Okay, so presence can be sometimes more of a feeling and not a fact. Okay, so that's why this sentence, we highlighted it in red. Then we filled in the rest of the third sentence, and it says, I like to be in the presence of who? Okay, and the students wrote in a person or a thing that they like to be in the presence of. Okay, so you could think about people in your family that you like to be in the same room as, or perhaps your friends or teachers or pets, or even food items. I mean, I like to be in the presence of cookies whenever possible. Okay, who doesn't like to be in the presence of cookies? Okay, so something that you like to be in the same space as, something you like to be in the same room as. Okay, could be a person or an object. So after that, we did a grammar lesson, and the grammar lesson is on prepositions. A preposition is a word in a sentence that shows how things relate. Okay, another word for relate is connect. So prepositions show how things are connected. Many prepositions show location, how things are connected by their location. So in the sentence, the cat is on the piano. The word on is a preposition because it shows how the cat is related to the piano. The cat is on the piano. He's on top of the piano. Okay? In the sentence, we are at the concert, the word at is a preposition. Okay? It shows where we are in relation to the concerts. Okay? We are not far away from the concert, but rather we are at the concert. That shows how we are connected to the concert. Okay, so we did a practice exercise using prepositions to describe where these soccer players are playing. Some examples we came up with are they are on the field, preposition being on. They are under the lights, preposition being under. And they are in the stadium, preposition being in. We did the same practice exercise describing the location of this woman. Okay, and some example sentences we came up with are she is next to the man, preposition being next to. She is in a room, preposition in. And she is behind books and papers right here. Okay, preposition being behind. Okay, so these words show location, where the woman is, next to, in, and behind. Some prepositions show direction, so direction of movement. Okay? They come at the beginning of a phrase. A phrase is a small group of words. So in this sentence, the dancer moved across the stage. Our preposition is across. Okay? It tells you the dancer is moving from one side to the other side. It's moving across the stage. And notice that across comes at the beginning of the phrase, across the stage. Okay, phrase being across the stage. The teacher walked to our table. Okay, the word to tells us which direction. Okay, he walked to or towards our table. So we had a small assignment today to practice using prepositions. The assignment was in your Google Doc to find and paste pictures from the internet and write sentences describing that picture to show that you understand how to use prepositions correctly. So you can find this assignment on page 5 and 6 of your Google Doc. Okay, here in a little chart, you can see boxes with prepositions on top. Okay, there is one example of the assignment done for you where the teacher found a picture describing the word in because the laundry or the towels are in the baskets. Okay, so this picture shows us what the word in means. Okay, then we must also write a sentence describing what is happening in the picture. So it says the towels are in the laundry basket. You must use the preposition in your sentence to describe the picture. The towels are in the laundry basket. So I did a few more examples in class to show the students how to do this. Okay, of course you know me and I love cats, so I tried to find as many pictures of cats to do this assignment as I could. The next preposition is on. So I found a picture of a cat on a tree branch. And I put the picture in the box. And then I wrote this sentence. The cat is on the tree branch. Okay, I'm being very careful to use the word on in my sentence and to use it correctly. The next preposition is above or over. Okay, these two prepositions mean the same thing. Okay, and I found this picture of a cat and wrote the sentence, the cat is flying over the ocean. For below or under, I found a picture of a cat under a table. And I wrote the cat is under the table. For the next one, which is beside or next to, these words mean the same thing, I found a picture of two cats next to each other. And I wrote the sentence, the orange cat is next to the gray cat. Okay, now I need to do the next three, find pictures and write sentences for the next three prepositions, and then the assignment will be complete. Okay, this assignment is due on Friday. Okay, if you're a little bit late doing this assignment, that's okay. I will not grade it until Sunday or Monday. Okay, so you have some extra time. All right. That was the complete lesson for Thursday, October 22nd. I hope you have a fantastic day.